So you're joining the second film in the new franchise. You're playing a iconic character, more or less, and there's a few other new characters being introduced here. So, as part of the ensemble, how much do you add to this character versus how much do you have to kind of be faithful to what's there and what has been?
Well, everything that's on the page. I mean, I trust that the people that are doing Turtles right now, and I know this, Andrew Foreman, Brad Fuller, specifically. These guys are custodians of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and what they mean to fans, and they think a lot about being faithful to the comics and the cartoons and the live-action films that everyone has grown up with. So I just focus on doing what's on the page. This is not Casey Jones out of the shadows. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I just wanted to bring some stuff to the table, not take anything off the table, and just hopefully be something that adds to the depth of this franchise.
Who would you say is the more rabid fan base? Now you're in another kind of iconic pop culture story between Arrow and Ninja Turtles.
They're different,
yeah.
Right? The Turtle fan base feels a lot like the DC fan base felt in 2012 when I've been cast in the role and people had seen a preview, but they hadn't seen Arrow yet. So you're at arm's length a little bit. They're like, hi, welcome. We're gonna watch the movie and then we'll talk, right? So it's really difficult to compare because now we've done like almost 100 episodes of Arrow and people become incredibly invested and they become more invested over time. So tough to compare.
And I think a lot of with that superhero show and more superhero movies, it's kind of tended towards the dark and the gritty. The first Ninja Turtles, this new movie ended up being a lot more fun, a lot more lively, kind of silly. How has it changed this movie?
And you're gonna notice that more in this movie. I think that we've made the best live action Turtles movie that's ever happened because it really, really is a full-on, full-fledged Turtles movie. It is fun. There is a wink to the camera at all times. There's canned laughter in the movie at one point. We really lean into the idea that this is something that is a cartoon and a comic book, and you can't take it too seriously. But the whole thing is run with the baseline of Shredder wanting revenge, which immediately, the movie doesn't feel like it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It just feels like it starts, and then Shredder tries to escape from prison, and it never stops.
I think a lot of people would say the first movie kind of starts off a little darker, and you have a lot of work to do because you're introducing people, and so it sounds like you're saying that this one just jumps right in and has a lot more excitement. Is there something in particular that surprised you, either with your character or the story, or without giving too much away?
Yeah, I mean, watching the finished product of the movie, when Casey meets the Turtles for the first time, and Mikey takes the reins and starts introducing them. It starts playing like game show music. And this did not happen when we actually filmed the scene. This was a change that they made later on. And just to watch it, I'm like, this is great. Like, it felt a little Deadpool-y, not in terms of the violence, because this is definitely a family-friendly movie, but just in terms of like the wink and the nod to the camera was very, very cool, very, very fun.
What did you notice as a difference between a big movie production versus working on the TV show for years?
Time. And I actually found this one to be a little bit more personal and a little bit more collaborative because it's a franchise, and as the producers would say sometimes, we're in the mode of franchise management, so to speak. But you just have so much time that there's just more consideration to, okay, let's put this on his feet, let's see how it works. If it doesn't, let's just go back to the basics and do it again. And I thought that within this big studio film, there would be a rigidity that I wasn't used to, and it was the exact opposite.
So movies are kind of winking and nodding, having a little more fun. TV shows, it seems like, are expanding into other TV shows. There's all these worlds connected. The line is blurred between movies and TV. So I guess lastly, to your TV show, there's a good chance, it seems like, you're going to hang out with Supergirl quite a bit more.
Probably.
How often do you think that's going to happen, and what can fans expect from that encounter?
I mean, I think that, I don't know. I haven't seen Supergirl yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I watch television shows if I only binge watch them, right? Because I'm so busy with work, and so I watch sports and Survivor and the Game of Thrones, and other than that, whatever. But I think they'll figure out something. They'll figure out something. I don't think that the CW I don't think the CW is going to have 4 live action superhero shows all made by the same executive producers shooting in the same city and not take advantage of that opportunity.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Congrats.
Appreciate it.